Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Pioneer, we're going to pioneer these 9 life kitty cats. So this is a deck that somebody mentioned in one of the videos, and it really got my gears turning and really wanted to try this deck out again. Now, the deck of the 9 life combo is that we basically donate it to our opponent, and then when they have when there's 9 incarnation counters on it, sacrifice 9 life, or the controlling player lose the game. So if we give it to our opponent and there's 9 counters on it, they will lose the game. But it doesn't just do that. Whenever this 9 life leaves the battlefield, they also lose the game. So we can just farewell it and they'll lose. So that's the whole idea of this deck. Now, to back that up, of course, there's a lot of counterspell plays on Pioneer. There's a lot of blue-eye control decks, people playing those. So we can back that up with things like Dovin's Veto, making sure that we can counter their counterspells. And we have one Misrise Village. This card says that the next spell we cast this turn can't be countered. So we can actually basically pay 8 mana, 2 mana for the Misrise Village, or 1 mana plus tapping the village itself, and then 6 more mana for Farewell. That way, they can't counter the Farewell, and their whole board goes away, along with the 9 lives, and they lose the game. And the best part about this is they can't really interact with 9 lives, right? They can't bounce it because they still lose. It just is whenever it leaves, you lose. And we have Coveted Falcon, which is a disguise, which is an unmorph ability. Unmorph ability is not on the stack, so they will basically just get the 9 lives as soon as Coveted Falcon unmorphs. So the great thing about this is that when we turn the Coveted Falcon face up, I'm not actually sure if the disguise is an unmorph or how it does it on Arena, but it doesn't really matter. Because the trick is that we're going to give Coveted Falcon, or we're going to use Coveted Falcon to give them 9 lives. And they can't really target 9 lives in response to that because it is hexproof. So basically, our opponent will have to farewell us to get rid of our 9 lives, and obviously we're not playing into that. We have Dovin's Veto and no more lives to stop that from happening. That's the whole idea of the deck. The rest is kind of card draw to help us get there, but of course, as always, Pioneer is full of turn 1 Thoughtseizes. So I also slot in 2 Leyline of Sanctity to kind of stop that. I'm not sure if 2 Leyline of Sanctity is enough. The problem with this is you definitely don't want to have too many where it gets stuck in your hand, and you cannot use Coveted Falcon to give your opponent a Leyline of Sanctity. Well, you can, but you don't want to do that because then you can't give them 9 lives, right? So it says target opponent gain, well, right here, it says target opponent gain control of any number of target permanents. But you don't want to do that because then you can't give them 9 lives. So honestly, Leyline, I don't know if more than 2 is good, but I definitely want to have some to stop our turn 1 Thoughtseize friends from doing that to us. That's the whole idea. Now let's talk about the deck list, right? Turn 1, obviously we're not doing anything. They could turn 1 Thoughtseize us. We're dropping a tap land. But we do have a March in case we need to kill something right away. You know, we might get hammered on turn 1. That's kind of the worry where a March can stop that a little bit. And then turn 2, here's where we start playing our spells. So we got Omen of the Sea, which is a good card draw for Omen of the Sea to draw its cards. We also have 3 No More Lies and 3 Dovin's Veto. I wasn't actually sure what is the best sort of split for the counter spells. I was thinking, 2 No More Lies, 4 Dovin's Veto, 2 Dovin Veto, 4 No More Lies, or maybe it's 2-2, and then we put in another 2, some other kind of counterspell like the was it Jawari Disruption, the land, the MDFC land that also serves as a counterspell. Any of those could work, but I've gone with this just so that I want to see how well this can do. And these are white spells, which can help pitch to March should we need that. We also have 3 Get Lost. This deck does falter a little bit to Planeswalkers. So Get Lost is going to be very helpful, killing creatures, enchantments, and Planeswalkers. Turn 3, this deck, you can just run out 9 lives. It's fine. Don't worry about 9 lives killing you. It probably won't unless your opponent's playing, what's that color called? White, obviously, for Farewell, or black for Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair can get 9 lives if you're not too careful, but honestly, we can just sack the Omen of the Sea if we have it in, instead of 9 lives so that we don't lose the game as well. That could work. And against a lot of aggro decks, we need to have our temporary lockdowns. So there's 2 temporary lockdowns in the deck, and then 3 Coveted Falcons. Coveted Falcon is great, not just at giving 9 lives. You can give them your temporary lockdowns and your Omen of the Seas. It doesn't do much, but we get a lot of card draw from that. So I think that's pretty good. Turn 4, there is a 4-mana ley line, but we're not playing that on turn 4. Hopefully, it just comes out in turn 0 as our opening act. Turn 4, what we really want to do is Memory Deluge, lots of card draw, and then 2 Supreme Verdict in case our opponent's field gets too wide. And then we go to 6 mana Farewell. That's the whole idea of the deck. And lands-wise, of course, we're control deck, so I want to try 26 lands. I wasn't quite sure exactly how many lands to run, but seeing how Mistrise Village combo with Farewell for a 8 mana play, I want to have enough lands for that. So in Pioneer, luckily we have some very good lands. We have 4 Hallowed Fountain, 4 Meticulous Archive to give us 8 dual lands, right? A Plains Island. And then that way we can have 4 Floodfarm Verge and 4 Glacial Fortress, which are also dual lands, as long as we control one of the basic land types. So there's 8 of these, and then we have 2 plains and 2 islands, giving us 12 basic land types. Hopefully that can help us get the color that we need. Then we have 1 Eiganjo, 1 Otawara, 1 Mistrise Village, 2 Demo Fields, and I really want to slot in a Mirrex in case we're facing, a control deck, a mirror match deck, where we can just leverage the Mirrex and kill them that way. That's the whole idea of this deck. Now, let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Splash Cat. There's a cat and we're splashing it. I'm the one that's splashing cats. We go first, I guess. I already got the 9 lives out. This is getting tapped. I don't have a card to play. I don't even know why I kept this hand. I have no card draw, and they're black. Okay. Glacial Fortress. Mox Amber. Whoa. Cecil. Thoughtseize. That's annoying, but I can kill the Cecil. Do I kill the Cecil? Alright, you gotta make a choice here. He took my 9 lives. That's the last card I thought he was gonna take. Okay. Let's see, I have another Thoughtseize. Do I want to T-lock this? Does bring them down to the previous turn, and they lose their Mox Amber. That's not bad. You just do it. He didn't want to take my temporary lockdown, so I will take it. I'll take the lockdown this turn. Also, pretty much play on curve here. Gotta need card draws though, right? That's blue-eye issue. Another Cecil. Oh, I thought he was gonna have another Mox. That would have been funny. Another Thoughtseize. Why not? Tiny Bones. I don't have anything in the graveyard, right? Oh, yeah, they could play the 9 lives, which would be exactly what I want them to do anyway, so... Sure thing. We get a Deluge? I mean, I could get to the Get Lost next turn, right? Let's just do that. I don't think I want to spend a whole turn auto-watering my temporary lockdown. Alright, they're attacking. We're going to take 3. They're not attacking with a Mutavault, so... Do you want to play my 9 lives? No? Didn't want to play exactly into my deck? Liliana of the Veil. Alright, that's scary.
Nobody knows Dominaria shadows like me.
I guess we'll get a land and discard it. I said I was gonna get a land and discard it, and then I didn't get a land. Okay. What is this? Battle. take that out.
Fine. I'll take my zombies and
I
leave.
feel like if I play my Coveted Falcon, it's gonna get hit, so... I can also play 9 lives. It's gonna tank some damage. Right? Prevent that damage. I don't think it can deal 9 damage to me this turn. Doing the maps. Mutavault's coming in for the attack. Tink, tink, tink. Gifted Aetherborn. Yeah, I'll hide this. I can flip this whenever. You want to kill my creature? 8-2. Alright, you can have both of these. You can have it. I would just like to draw some cards. Oh, and your Fatal Push goes away. That's a shame. 2 lands. I needed those. Do I have anything in the graveyard? I don't really have anything in the graveyard, right? Let's make him do this. No, GG. He sees the farewell. He knows I'm gonna draw a land. Alright, our opponent is Apison. Apison. Whatever it is. Whatever it is, opponent goes first. I got a Memory Deluge. No, then mulligan. Alright. Is it aggro time? No, another one of these mirrors. I don't like this as much. Mountain or forest? Don't got me any of those. Alright. Just the... Who blinks first, right? It's kind of the match. I don't think I need a Deluge here just to get it countered. Beacon. Planeswalker deck? Looks like a Planeswalker deck. Let's just break this. I might forget to break it at some point. No more lies and quit. Oh man, some people can't hold the counterspell games. Alright, our opponent is something. Ofton, the Mind Sculptor. I have 26 lands in this deck, right? This is not the first one lander that I got. I guess we'll put away the farewell. Not getting there in a while. Elves. Okay, go first with Elf. Unclaimed territory, so it's an Elf deck, right? Yeah, it looks like an Elf deck. It's a lot of elves. A lot of elves, not gonna lie, kinda scared. Okay, I gotta stop any elves that cost 3 mana or more. Let's get some card draws, but it's fine. This is gonna be a lot of damage too. The T-Lock is something. He can only play elves. Oh, never mind. It's Gloomy Marsh. Elvish Mystic. Another elf thing. How nice of them. Just back up their elf with more elves. I'm gonna take 4 if I just hold up a No More Lies. Still think I'd do it. You lost that elf. He's gonna get some map tokens. Probably wants that map token. Elvish. What's that? War Leader? Not gonna let him have that out. Then he maps. And then he maps. Does he want the War Master? Supreme Verdict, huh? You can have that. I'm gonna have to take this. I don't have to take this. You can have these two. I would just like to draw some cards. Glacial Fortress and a Verdict. Alright, we got one game under our belt. Stupid Mind Sculptor, playing your elves. Alright, our opponent is Matthew Sliva. He is the brilliant, but we are to go first. Oh boy. Tap Glacial Fortress is fun. Is it? Is it is a tricky opponent. Talent? Do we Dovin or do we No More Lies against Is It? I think we No More Lies while we can catch it off guard. Meticulous Archive. No. Don't have time to hardcast that. It's probably a Phoenix deck, right? Okay, second main phase consider. Yeah, it's a Phoenix deck. Unfortunately for me, no card draws. This seems to be a very consistent problem. Not even attacking. Well, let's get it going. You can play a bunch of spells next time to get it back if you want. When it leaves, I die, right? It was a turn to get it out before he potentially gets a spell pierce on me. Hazard. That's one spell. I don't think he can play 3 spells. 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't treasure cruise either. Oh, it does have a. He does have a land drop this turn. So yeah, that is 3 spells. He could Phoenix out. I guess if that's what he wants. It is not what he wants. I can wait till 9 lives hits a little higher. Opt. You do your thing. Slight. Wants to draw 3 cards. At first you draw 1. Then we stop you from drawing 3. Didn't hurt. Prof. Cool. Prof post combat? Sure. Sure. Big Phoenix. If he taps down too low, then I can use the Omen to draw. Otherwise, I have to keep some mana up. Pay the ward. You can have my 9 lives. I will draw 1 card. I mean, I'm not attacking with the Falcon, am I? No. If I attack with the Falcon, I'm going to give my 9 lives back. I don't want that. Okay. It's Memory Deluge. Try to hit something not dumb. It's kind of dumb. Let's be honest here. This is kind of dumb, right? Do I want to march? Definitely want the Glacial Fortress. I can hit the talent. Takes an extra turn after this one. So actually, let's get lost this. is kind of what I was afraid of. I don't really have anything to get rid of the 9 lives. And if you can chain the Artist Talent enough times, then I just get screwed. He wants to keep the Consider. That makes sense. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What can I get here? My own 9 lives. It's something. Alright, we can take some damage. And he can't really chain his spell that well. Although this deck is known to chain spells. 28 cards. Phoenix. Hard casted. Eidetic Memory. That's all 4 Phoenixes, by the way. That's 2 on the 9 lives. Deluge. He's got 3 mana. Does this deck run counterspells? It only runs Spell Pierce, right? I don't think there's any other counterspells. But still, I don't think I want to put the Coveted Falcon out because he wants to kill it. I have to give him my 9 lives. And yeah. Then I take too much. Do we sack this to scry? Oh, those are 2 lands to the top of our deck. Temporary lockdown. It doesn't lock any of these down. So 4 mana. Four mana, what am I saying? 4 Phoenix. That can bring me to 8. Alright. Do I have enough? 1, 2, okay. This looks like I will have enough mana left. But if he has Spell Pierce, I don't think that matters too much here. I can hit all creatures and graveyards, but I need both Spell Pierce. I need both Farewell to hit something, right? I do have another Farewell though, so maybe it's that. Okay, how many mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 4, right? There's 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's not enough. Do I keep this Omen? All creatures, all graveyards. Is there an artifact I want to hit? Not really, but it's an enchantment. Sure. You can try to churn through his deck. I could use both of these cards, so... I mean, I don't need the second lockdown, I suppose. Slight. Treasure Cruise. Hard-casted Treasure Cruise. He's just gonna draw his whole deck. Hall of the Storm Giant. That is a card that could potentially hit me for a lot. How much mana? I have 3 mana open. You can have this, this, and my Omen, just so I can draw an extra card. I don't really want that Omen anyways. And I get a March. Maybe I can hit it. Give me back my Omen. It's probably gonna turn the Hall live, right? Picklock Prankster, alright. Picklock Prankster again. He's gonna mill his whole deck, dude. Treasure Cruise. Do I even care if he wants to draw 3? He's got 11 cards left. Yeah, you do the draws. Eight cards left. I have 8 mana, which means I can't really flash back the Memory Deluge. Lightning Axe. Do I let him axe my Falcon here? Opt? Sure. He's still going. He's going strong. He's down to 7 cards. Is he just intent on drawing out his whole deck? Memory Deluge. Do I have my second Get Lost or Farewell? There's a second Farewell. Alright, here we go. Finally! Let me show you how it's done. Can't be countered. Everything. GG. Yeah, you draw a card. And 9 lives has left the battlefield. Good game. Alright, our opponent is the one to rule all. Sure. What a name you have. Well, he does rule all if he goes first. 9 lives, Falcon, no more lives. This is a hilarious hand. If they're red, oh, they're red. Alright. This is a hilarious hand. Intertap. Sigarda's Aid. There's Falcon. Oh man. It's already 11 damage. Can I get a march? Cannot get a march. Well, that was 2 turns. Alright, our opponent is the Pod. Opponent goes first. Well, there's a lot of cards here, but no white ley line, and our opponent's playing Liliana, so I'm guessing we're getting turn 1 Thoughtseized. There it is. They could take our 9 lives, but it wasn't really happening anytime soon anyways. And I really like this hand for the amount of card draws that I have. Gonna need it against this kind of deck. Takes my Deluge. Do I want a second march? Yes. They're gonna Lily me. I can already smell it. Ha! Sweet! I knew it! These decks have no backbone. Alright, our opponent is go to sleep. No, you go to sleep. Our opponent goes first. Wouldn't be the first time. Golgari. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Probably take the Veto. That's the only card that's not 2-offs, right? I don't think you take a 9 lives. There's 2 of them. I'm not playing them anytime soon. And I don't think you take... Well, you might take an Omen. Either way. Yeah, I did take the Veto. Oh, is this deck? Okay. Well, it's a lot less fun to play now. I guess it didn't matter too much that they had a turn 1 Thoughtseize. I see we're infested with rats already. Also, it's wild to throw Greasefang into your graveyard, right? Like, that's not how you want to play. So, Duress takes my Get Lost. Can't stay away. Post combat. Hello. Do I want this land too? I do want this land, but do I want this land? Right? Not sure. President, not sure. T-Lock. T-Lock could be useful. I mean, I don't know. It could be useful, depending on whether or not he utilizes the maps this turn. There's a Parhelion. Grizzly Salvage. I mean, if he just has the Grease Fang, I just die, right? These decks are all the same. The rest... Oh, takes my Omen. Yeah. I still didn't want that Plains, to be honest. I did get a Farewell. Look at the 9 lives out there. What did you reveal? Professor of Symbology. Probably plays that. There's a Parhelion in the graveyard. It's kind of the only card in the graveyard right now. Alright, I lost one Omen here, one Omen in the exile. Ah, fuck me. Okay. Now we gotta do our stuff. What is he learning? Ah, the draws have not shaped out well. I did get a lot of Omen, but I guess not enough. I don't think I put away an Omen. It's just 2, right? Yeah, it was just 2 Omens. No Deluge. 2 get lost. Was able to hit their graveyard. Was get their Grease Fang. Dude, really? Yeah, that's what I thought. Guess we'll just be taking one at a time. Do I want to let them have 5 mana? They're gonna play the Can't Stay Away next turn. Ah, Memory Deluge came at the most inopportune time. Oh man, are they gonna dress me first? That's lame. Huh. Didn't play the Can't Stay Away. I don't know why I didn't do it, but maybe they smell a counterspell. Mill 3 card, return a land card, lose 2 life. Okay. I mean, if he wants a land back, you can have a land back. I Memory Deluge into no lands? Really? Do I want a temporary lockdown against these 2 professors? Is that where it comes to? I think I need to take the Dovin's Veto anyways. Oh, dude, come on! I am mana screwed. You got all this land. Don't be a freaking coward. GG. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those 9 lives games, how does this deck feel? I have to say, I have to come clean. I got to come clean on a lot of these games, right? At the end of the day, I lose a lot. I lose a lot of these games because of the matchups, because the card draws, because of, you know, some fine tuning that I have to do, because this is not the deck list that I found online. I had to tune so much of it because deck lists online a lot of times are best of 3 decks, and best of 3 decks are not good in best of 1. If you know what you're doing, you can use a best of 1 deck to tear apart best of 3 decks because they don't get a sideboard. So a lot of decks don't run Leyline, a lot of decks don't run Temporary Lockdown, a lot of decks run 4 No More Lies and 4 Dovin's Veto, and you know none of the cards that I normally would get. A lot of decks don't run Mirexes, right? And so I have to kind of fine tune it. And what I notice in Arena a lot of times is black decks. Mono black, Ogari, whatever it is. There's a lot of black decks on Pioneer. So Leyline of Sanctity in best of 1 is almost a must. And that's why I always say, you know, I want to put a Leyline of Sanctity in, even though it does not synergize well with the rest of the deck. And we need it just to not get Thoughtseized and, you know, or invoke Despair. This is very important. So that's why it's in the deck. Along with that, though, I had to cut down on the Dovin's Veto and No More Lies because a lot of deck lists I see play 4 off each. And I don't agree with that. I don't even think this is the right amount. I think this is too much. And then some decks run Change the Equation. Does counter a red spell or a green spell. I guess that's fair, but I don't think we need that. 9 Lives really just stops red or green decks just in their track because they deal damage, and no matter how tall their creatures get, we just prevent it and we take 1 damage. That's not too much. The problem with a lot of the red deck is that they actually stop you from preventing damage, which is dumb because you know that just stops a lot of the decks from doing their thing. So be careful with that, and that's where all the removal and all the counterspell has to shine. Now I do think after playing it through today, I think Dovin's Veto is 1 too much. No More Lies is 1 too little. I want a 4-2 split instead of a 3-3 split, but of course that's the deck list I've been using in all the videos, so I'm going to showcase this one. Yeah, that's really all there is to talk about it. This is a very interesting deck. I don't want to say it's very strong because I think I got 50% win rates today, but that could also be because of the way that I played it, the way that I tried to tech, or maybe did not tech well enough into the deck. And it's really all I have to say about this deck. I think it's good. I think there's a lot we can do with it. There's probably some fine-tuning that can be done depending on what the meta is. Omen of the Sea is a really wonky card because it's just a 2-mana draw 1. And at the end of the day, that's not very good. I think what would have been better would be Deduce, because that's 2-mana draw 1. That I can later spend 2 more mana to draw another one. Whereas Omen of the Sea is really just sticky on board under a temporary lockdown, which I don't care about. And Coveted Falcon, which I can, you know, throw at our opponent, give them our Omen, and we draw a card, which, if that's the case, I can also throw a Clue at our opponent and we draw a card. I don't really care if they use our Clue to draw another card, because that's 2 mana they're not getting back on the turn that they're about to lose the game, right? So that's how I feel about it. The only thing that I do want to adjust, probably, are the demo fields. I don't think there were that many lands that I was afraid of. Maybe the blast zones here or there, it's kind of odd, and I don't know if I need that many demo fields. Maybe we cut down 1 more demo field and we put 1 plane or 1 island, because sometimes we did get color screwed. And maybe we even cut the Murex. I do really like the Murex, but honestly, it did not shine as well as I thought it will today. I think because our matchups against the blue-eye controls have also been 9 lives. That's less fun. If our blue-eye control opponent were just regular blue-eye control, maybe the Murex can really shine in those scenarios, and we can just making 1/1s and try to overwhelm them that way. That's really how I feel about this deck. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.